With the 2025 regular season quickly approaching, I think it's time to see how every NFL head coach compares to their peers. So, without any further ado, let's dive right into our 2025 rankings of all 32 NFL head coaches from worst to first. Number 32, Brian Callahan, Tennessee Titans. Callahan's first year as head coach of the Titans was forgettable at best. They finished as football's worst team with a 3-14 record, ranking 30th in scoring defense and 27th in scoring offense. We know, Callahan didn't have much to work with last year, but the pressure ramps up in year 2. He's now tasked with developing first overall pick Cam Ward, and the latter's production will determine if 2025 is a success for Callahan or not. Number 31, Brian Schottenheimer, Dallas Cowboys. This was the biggest surprise of the 2025 NFL head coach hiring cycle. Schottenheimer was the Cowboys' offensive coordinator in 2023 and 2024, but then head coach Mike McCarthy was the play caller on offense. So what exactly does Jerry Jones see in Schottenheimer? We're honestly unsure. Schottenheimer's career as an OC in the NFL has brought mixed results so far, so only time will tell if Jerry made the right call here, or if it'll be his latest strikeout on a head coach hire. Number 30, Liam Cohen, Jacksonville Jaguars. Cohen got a career year out of Baker Mayfield in 2024, and it was all the Jaguars needed to see to pick him as their new head coach. Cohen only ranks this low because of the obvious, his lack of head coaching experience. Will he be the one to fully unlock Trevor Lawrence's potential? The pieces are certainly there with Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., and Travis Etienne headlining a deep set of playmakers. Ultimately, how Lawrence plays will determine Cohen's performance as a rookie head coach. Number 29, Aaron Glenn, New York Jets. After 4 years as the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, the former Pro Bowl cornerback finally gets a shot as a head coach. Glenn inherits a stingy defense led by Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. But will he get the most out of new starting QB Justin Fields? Can he establish a ball control offense? Will the locker room buy into his message after the short and sour Aaron Rodgers era? Glenn certainly has his work cut out for him in year 1, but the pressure isn't on to win right away. So Jets fans need to be patient as he steers this club through a rebuilding year that'll have plenty of growing pains. Number 28, Kellen Moore, New Orleans Saints. Moore had the 1-year run of a lifetime as the Philadelphia Eagles OC, fixing Jalen Hurts' confidence and turning Saquon Barkley into a 2K rusher. And the result? A Super Bowl 59 blowout victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. Moore, previously the OC of the Dallas Cowboys and Los Angeles Chargers, gets his first NFL head coaching role at 37 years of age. Now, most of us can agree that the Saints will be a bottom 3 team this year, so let's not be too hard on Moore. Derek Carr's retirement honestly puts him in a horrible position. But if the Saints just play hard for their coach, rack up the losses, and secure a top pick to draft a new QB in 2026, well, Moore's first year will be a tremendous success. Number 27, Ben Johnson, Chicago Bears. The top candidate in this year's hiring cycle decided to stay in the NFC North and take the Bears head coaching opening. Johnson's success as the Lions' old offensive coordinator is well documented. He's the latest in a trend of young, hotshot offensive-minded coaches getting the lead gig. Can Johnson replicate his magic in Windy City? Well, the pieces are there with Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, Colston Loveland, and Luther Burden III leading the way on offense, so stay tuned. Number 26, Dave Canales, Carolina Panthers. Carolina hired the ex-Bucs offensive coordinator last year to fix Bryce Young. Mission semi-accomplished? Young was benched in favor of Andy Dalton early, only to regain the starting job when the latter was injured. Young finished his sophomore year strong. Now he has a real number 1 receiver in rookie Tedero McMillan. So let's see if Canales and Young can build off of last year's strong finish. Number 25, Brian Daboll, New York Giants. Some were surprised that the Giants brought back the 2022 Coach of the Year after a dismal 3-14 season. This is unquestionably his last chance. Daniel Jones is finally gone. Daboll and GM Joe Shane got to pick up 3 new quarterbacks in Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart. One of them has to shine if Daboll is to retain his job. Hey, his Giants shocked the football world once in 2022. Why can't they do it again? Number 24, Shane Steichen, Indianapolis Colts. Steichen is in the same boat as Daboll. If his QB room can't get the job done, well, he'll get his walking papers. Steichen and GM Chris Ballard are seriously banking on one of Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson to lead the offense. But there is some hope here if you're Indy, considering that Steichen nearly got them to the playoffs 2 years ago with Gardner Minshew as his main quarterback. Number 23, Jonathan Gannon, Arizona Cardinals. Nobody faulted Gannon for finishing 4-13 in 2023, with Kyler Murray missing most of the year. An 8-9 record in 2024 sounds like great progress, until you remember that they squandered a playoff berth by dropping 5 of their final 7 games. Look, expectations aren't exactly high for Arizona this season, but another losing season may force the Cardinals to make yet another coaching change. Consider Gannon's job security here an enigma compared to his peers. Number 22, Raheem Morris, Atlanta Falcons. Morris is a Coach of the Year candidate at the halfway point of last year, with the Falcons sitting pretty at 6-3 and atop the NFC South division. But Atlanta imploded with losses in 5 of its final 7 games, extending their playoff drought to 7 years. Morris is adamant that Michael Penix Jr. is the answer behind center. Owner Arthur Blank is notoriously patient, but it feels like the Falcons must make the playoffs, or heck, at least finish above 500, in order for him to keep his job. Number 21, Mike Macdonald, Seattle Seahawks. Macdonald led the Seahawks to a 10-7 finish in year 1, the club's best mark since 2020. It wasn't enough to make the playoffs, but he set up a strong culture and foundation to build off of for year 2. We'll see if the bold decision to swap out Geno Smith for Sam Darnold pays off. But if the Hawks' defense reaches that elite level, which we saw in the second half of last season, Darnold won't have to put up eye-popping numbers for Seattle to compete. Number 20, Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots. Many were stunned when the Titans fired Vrabel after the 2023 season, but it was only a matter of time until the 2021 Coach of the Year got his next head coaching gig. Lo and behold, a return to the Patriots. Vrabel's 54-45-0 record as a head coach sort of speaks for itself. The Patriots added a lot of new faces this offseason, so we'll see if Vrabel can quickly turn this team around as he did in Tennessee some years ago. Number 19, Mike McDaniel, Miami Dolphins. We've seen what the high-powered Miami offense can do at full strength, and that's largely thanks to McDaniel's creative mind. But the offense has been a bit of a disaster without Tua Tagovailoa, and that too reflects on the coach if he can't develop good backups. McDaniel boasts a 549 winning percentage and led Miami to consecutive playoff appearance to begin his head coaching tenure. But another losing season in 2025 may spell the end of his time in South Beach. Number 18, Zach Taylor, Cincinnati Bengals. Certainly feels like Cincy has to make the playoffs in order for Taylor to keep his job. Cincy has enjoyed 4 straight winning seasons and 2 AFC North Division crowns under Taylor, but they've missed the playoffs in consecutive years now. Absolutely unacceptable with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in their primes. Don't get us wrong, winning seasons are nice, but Super Bowls are expected now after consecutive AFC title game appearances in 2021 and 2022. Number 17, Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns. It feels weird putting the 2-time Coach of the Year outside of the top half here, but recent performances do matter. The Browns have finished below 500 in 3 of their last 4 seasons and were football's second worst team a year ago with a 3-14 record. Stefanski is likely coaching for his job this year. His future may depend on the million-dollar question: who should start between Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel? Choose wisely, Coach K. There's no pressure. No pressure. Number 16, Todd Bowles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Proving Tom Brady wasn't solely responsible for the Bucs' resurgence, Bowles has guided this team to 3 straight NFC South Division crowns since succeeding Bruce Arians in 2022. Tampa's defense hasn't been as good since their Super Bowl 55 championship season, but Bowles has made up for it by unlocking Baker Mayfield behind center. He just got a lucrative multi-year extension, so Bowles is safe in Tampa for the long run. Number 15, Pete Carroll, Las Vegas Raiders. Carroll returns to the sidelines after a 1-year hiatus. He is undoubtedly a future Hall of Famer, but Raiders fans have to remember which division they play in. Improvement is inevitable, but let's not scream playoffs just yet. Carroll needed time to establish his winning culture in Seattle. It's going to be the same in Vegas, though having Geno Smith, Ashton Jeanty, Brock Bowers, and Max Crosby is going to help a lot. Number 14, D'Amico Ryans, Houston Texans. Together with young stars C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, and Will Anderson Jr., Ryans has quickly built the Texans into an AFC contender. They've won back-to-back division crowns and have gone to the Elite Eight both years under Ryans. So far, so good. But with great performances come great expectations. The goal now is for Ryans to take that next step forward and lead Houston to its first AFC Championship game. Number 13, Dan Quinn, Washington Commanders. We'd like to put Quinn higher after the joyful ride that was 2024, but the coach coaches ahead of him have longer and greater career bodies of work. So, we gotta be fair here. Quinn had mixed results as the Falcons head coach from 2015 to 2020, but he absolutely crushed it as the Seahawks and Cowboys defensive coordinators. Year 1 with Washington culminated in a trip to the NFC Championship game. So, let's see what he can do in year 2 in DC. Number 12, Sean Payton, Denver Broncos. Payton silenced the critics who thought he was a product of Drew Brees in New Orleans. Payton made the bold choice to dump Russell Wilson, take on $85 million in dead money, and replace him with Bo Nix. In the result, 10 wins and the club's first playoff berth in 9 years. Couple the Payton-Nix combo with an elite defense, and the Broncos look ready to make the leap to Super Bowl contender. Expectations are, naturally, a lot higher for Payton's squad in 2025. Number 11, Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota Vikings. O'Connell won Coach of the Year honors after leading Minnie to a 14-win season, thanks to a career year from now ex-Viking Sam Darnold. Now we see if O'Connell made the right choice in hand-picking J.J. McCarthy as his long-term guy behind center. Also, after 2 double-digit winning seasons in 2 of his first 3 years, it's time for KOC to log that first playoff win. Number 10, Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers. Plenty of Steelers fans want Tomlin gone. We know 9 years and counting without a playoff win takes its toll, but what are the odds that they'll find someone better? The NFL's longest coach has never had a losing season, for crying out loud. Will the Steelers' big gambles on Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Ramsey, and DK Metcalf pay off? If so, it'll hopefully stop disgruntled fans from demanding the firing of their legendary head coach. Number 9, Kyle Shanahan, San Francisco 49ers. Shanahan gets a lot of heat for a guy with 4 NFC Championship games and 2 Super Bowl appearances under his belt. We know the whole Shanahan can't win the big one label, but most fans and teams will eat an entire bowl of red hot chili peppers for a coach like Shanny. If the 49ers aren't hit hard by the injury bug again this year, Shanahan's 49ers will be in the Super Bowl mix again. Number 8, Jim Harbaugh, Los Angeles Chargers. You can argue that Harbaugh deserves a higher placement here, but we'll need an extended look at La La Land. The national championship winning head coach immediately left his mark by leading the Bolts to 11 wins and the league's top defense last season. Harbaugh has won wherever he's gone. Can the Chargers take that next step and emerge as a Super Bowl contender in 2025? Well, with Harbaugh leading the charge, we've got a lot of faith. Number 7, Matt LaFleur, Green Bay Packers. LaFleur's lack of postseason success, a 3-5 record, rightfully gets brought up a lot. But a 670 winning percentage, 5 playoff appearances, and a smooth transition from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love? Man, that is nothing to scoff at. Number 6, Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills. 6 straight 10-win seasons, 2 5-straight division titles, and 2 AFC title game appearances. Bills fans in 2017 would happily take that if you told them what McDermott would accomplish over his first 8 years. The Bills haven't won the big one yet, but that's not an indictment of McDermott's coaching. I mean, Bill Cowher, Tony Dungy, and Bill Belichick waited a long time to reach the mountaintop as head coaches. Be glad that you have them, Bills fans. Number 5, Dan Campbell, Detroit Lions. Remember when everyone thought Campbell made a fool of himself with the biting off a kneecap presser? Oof, how times have changed. Campbell has led the Lions to 3 straight winning seasons and, of course, consecutive NFC North Division titles. Injuries on defense led to a stunning loss to Washington in the divisional round, but Campbell's locked and loaded Lions are ready to make another run at the Lombardi Trophy. Number 4, Nick Sirianni, Philadelphia Eagles. Hard to believe so many fans were calling for Sirianni's head a year ago, but hey, the critics can be quiet now after he led Philly to a Super Bowl 59 triumph over the dynastic Chiefs to avenge the heartbreaking loss in the big game 2 years earlier. Ridiculous 706 winning percentage in 4 seasons? A Super Bowl ring? Sheesh. One day, y'all are gonna stop looking for reasons to hate this guy. Number 3, Sean McVay, Los Angeles Rams. Bet you didn't know McVay's 606 winning percentage is already better than coaching greats like Marv Levy, Chuck Noll, Pete Carroll, Bill Parcells, and Jimmy Johnson. Just when it looked like the Rams' competitive window slammed shut in 2023, McVay led them to consecutive playoff appearances. Their Super Bowl window is wide open with McVay at the controls. Number 2, John Harbaugh, Baltimore Ravens. It is a travesty that the NFL's second longest tenured head coach only has 1 Super Bowl ring in his back pocket. But the Ravens have been annual championship contenders under Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, and it only feels like a matter of time until they break through together with the Lombardi Trophy. Number 1, Andy Reid, Kansas City Chiefs. Bill Belichick's 2-decade-long reign as number 1 head coach ended a while ago. Couple that with the rise of the Chiefs dynasty, and, well, there's no questioning who number 1 is. 7 straight AFC Championship game appearances, 5 conference banners, and 3 Lombardi trophies. KC has finished above 500 every year under Coach Reid, and only missed the postseason under his watch in 2014. As long as he's still coaching Patrick Mahomes, Reid will stay in the number 1 spot. But what changes would you make to our rankings of NFL head coaches for 2025? 5? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.